Welcome to Lucid Ascent, rising on the plains through the middle pillar with the alchemical Cabala. So the past 2 weeks, we've been uniting the above and below, the within and the without, by using a simple ritual. So where you traced out or designated on the ground of Malkuth, in whatever fashion you chose, the four primary spheres of Sephiroth on the middle pillar. And then we practiced walking that path of the middle pillar from Malkuth to Yesod to Tiphareth to Kether. Feel Kether. And then descended again from Kether to Tiphareth to Yesod and back to Malkuth. This is a simple and powerful practice to bridge these realms of the inner and the outer through your own being. Through your own consciousness. One of the main teachings in the mysteries and Cabala is the statement, that which is above is as that which is below. And that which is below is as that which is above. The more that we align our actions with the above or the within, the more aligned we become with our whole self. This is our holy self. And this is our natural state. It isn't something we have to make, fortunately. It's simply something we awaken to. And there's always more to awaken to and to grow into. So the mysteries, we call the mysteries, they involve our conscious cooperation and participation within these aspects of the greater self that are within the mind of the all. This is the great real, the real it, or reality, that we are all simultaneously one with and is in us, and that we are eternally growing into. So, this great being we live within, and simultaneously it lives within us. This isn't an abstract concept. It's the truth of our being, for we are one. It's the realization that this is our being, that our self and our soul is bringing us ever nearer and nearer and nearer. Nearer the one, as the Sufis say. All right. So, speaking of one, these are the three primary keys on the middle pillar in the tarot. Can someone just tell me what the tarot numbers add up to?
37.
Perfect, Wilfred. Thank you. That is exactly correct. So the numbers of these tarot keys, which are the three primary keys of the middle pillar, equal 37. Now, the mind wants to get fixated on this, and that's fine. Let it if it likes. But we read the numbers backwards in Kabbalah, like Hebrew. So what the number 37 shows, one thing it shows is the number 7, which is the number of mastery, operating through the agency of 3. Now we know 3 in tarot is the Empress, the creative imagination. It's also the number of the supernals, the Trinity at the top or root of the tree, right? The Trinity at the top of the tree, right, is the divine self of Kether. It's the divine life of Hokmah or wisdom, and the divine mind of Bina. And together, these three and Trinity form on the simple tree the spiritual and causative planes on the tree of life. So it shows the divine will operating in causation. This is where we connect to our actual will, the one will, which is our will also. The numbers 37 reduces 3 plus 7 is 10. So we see in that the number of the 10 Sephiroth, the whole tree. And then if we want to reduce it further, 1 plus 0, we come back into the indivisible one, the unity of being, the white, brilliant crown and abyss of Ketu. The greater one's realization of this unity, the greater the humility. And the greater the humility, the greater the power that flows unimpeded from this one will. So these three keys are three aspects of your own being, both within and without. And the more that you work with these particular three keys, the more you will integrate all perceived opposites within you. And alchemically, as you integrate these perceived opposites, they will then be reflected in your experiences in the world below or the world without. Whatever patterns that are that cannot or will not integrate into the divine will of self dissolves back into the one, its source, because all is one. So, real briefly, I want you to just look at this Trinity, pick one thing that occurs to you, and if you feel like it, just unmute yourself and just state one thing. Doesn't have to be complicated, just whatever it is.
I'll share a quick thing. I'm not I don't remember why this came to me and how I got there, but when you mentioned the numerology 37, it's also the sphere of Netzach, in a sense, balanced on a higher plane by understanding or Bina.
Good,
Um, I hadn't considered the integration of those opposites on that diagonal. Um,
good. And what
so
are the two paths that would connect those to Tiphareth?
the transition key uh,
Uh-huh.
and uh,
Bina to Tiferet is
I'm drawing a blank.
the lover's key, which on the 3 by 7 layout of the Book of Wisdom, the lover's key is right above the transition key. All
Right.
right,
Okay.
good work. Anyone else? Whatever speaks to you or occurs to you.
What was speaking to me was when you were talking about the numbers two, was the number seven, number of mastery operating through the agency of three, to me, the law. And
Yes,
yeah, that was really coming out to me. And I was like, yeah.
excellent.
So,
Yes, absolutely, Rachel. So we're always using the law all the time, right? The question is, how awake are we and how deliberate are we in using that power?
and through our deliberateness is where we attain the mastery of it.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. Good. Excellent. Thank you, Reverend Rachel. Anyone else?
I have one thing. I guess I noticed first the lion, and I thought maybe he is willingly being dissolved back into the one in order to fuel that forge of temperance that's going to raise up the eagle.
Okay. Interesting.
Uh,
Hey, thank you, Susan. All
The
right.
shine,
Go ahead, Victoria.
the shine stands out to me. The shine and the sparkles of the water of the high priestess, and
Mhm.
on the solar, on the temperance, on the guard, on Michael's soul symbol, and
Yes.
then in the world the invocation and evocation, the spirals of shining.
Good. Thank you. So, Michael in the center here, the seven-pointed star, these are all the seven stars within the seven major planets of the time of this alchemical workings. And what's shown here is that all of the lower nature of our animal drives and instincts that are in Yesod, down here where the angel's foot is, are being transmuted and raised to the spiritual beingness in the sun, in the heart. Now, for virtually all of us, this isn't like one and done. This is an alchemical process that we go through over and over, this repetition. But that said, there are major thresholds that we cross, that we evolve into, which is the work of the angel. The angel is tempering our lower nature. It's interesting to note in the Western tradition that recall, the world key is the very root chakra in our spine. Has everything to do with survival, everything to do with grounding, with the needs of the body, the flesh, the kingdom of that's in our flesh. And the top sphere here is the high priestess, which is right around the pineal, the pituitary, right? So we have these polarities, these high and low polarities being brought into harmony, right? We don't, the Jungian statement? We don't become enlightened by envisioning ourselves as like angelic beings of great light, right? Which we are eternal beings of light. But as we are incarnate in the world of Malkuth, it's this matter and this nature that we are transmuting back into this being of light that we are. Think of it as one spectrum. The world makes an error and divides the kingdom of God into good and bad, right and wrong, this and that. Our work is the reunification of the highest and the lowest within ourselves. This is why we embrace everything about ourselves. And when we do that, we bring it back to ourselves, to God. This really is the story of the prodigal son. We come into the world, we want to experience all of its delights, all of its adventures, and we do. And when our soul is weary because the Son of Man has no place to lay his head in the world, then we gather ourselves back together. We come back into a reunification here and our polarities, remembering the first commandment, Hear, O Israel, the Lord thy God is one. There is only one. And we are that. So if there's anything about yourself that you resist accepting, consider a radical acceptance of that. It doesn't mean that you have to continue to indulge in it. Just consider a radical acceptance. This is helping us to raise this denser vibratory states of the mind that we find ourselves incarnate in. And with the help of the angel, we bring it all back into alignment, back into balance in ourself. And when we do, this is the transmutation. And the fire in the water and the water in the fire creates this alchemical furnace, and that all comes back up through us, through us. All right. Thank you, everyone. We're going to move forwards. Okie dokie. Thanks for sticking with me. It'll be just a little bit more. So the past 2 weeks, you've worked with a vertical line for ascending and descending. This week, you're going to make a similar pattern, but rather than in a straight line, you're going to make 4 concentric circles. And you can do this in any manner you wish to. It can be very simple. Just make sure that the spacing allows from the center 3 steps into the next ring, and then 2 steps for each of the outer 3 rings between them. Right? However you wish to draw these circles on the ground or diagrams is up to you. You can do it however. Be sure and set aside some time this week to work in this pattern. And we're going to start, and I'll guide everyone through a guided visualization, real simple. But I want you to really put yourself into this. And when you do it this week, you're going to do it both internally and you're going to walk it out in Malkuth. You're going to connect all of the levels of your being in this practice. All right. So again, we're going to collectively do a guided visualization of this work. So get comfortable, take a couple of deep breaths. I want you to see yourself standing in this outermost circle on the ground. Or if you're sitting, that's fine. Just see your feet in it and imagine yourself standing in it. Close your eyes, deep breaths. You're immersed now in golden olive light. Shimmering with rainbow sparkles, black and red shimmers of sparkles all through you. Feel the weight of your form, of your body, as you sit in your chair. And in your knowing, I want you to stand confidently toward the center right now. Good. The kingdom of spirit is embodied in my flesh. Feel this light. When you're ready, see yourself in radiant purple light. Like you're wearing this beautiful cloak of light. And it's radiating all through you. We state the number 9 state. In thought and word and deed, I rest my life from day to day upon the sure foundation of eternal being. Take 2 steps forwards. Stand now in the next concentric circle and sphere. Standing in this pure purple light. Feel your center and presence. Know that you are here right now. If you like, in this space, you can state the God name, Shaddai El Kai. You can also state the archangel name of the moon, Gabriel. Sense what comes to you. Be open, receptive, and centered. Breathing deeply. See yourself immersed in pure, bright, gold, yellow light. In all things, great and small, I see the beauty of the divine expression. Feel this light as you take 2 steps forward to stand now in the next concentric sphere of divine beauty. Stand here, center, this pure golden light of the sun. Notice what comes to you. Accept it. When you're ready, you're going to see the purest white light ascending from very high above you, immersing your whole being as you state the number 1 statement on the pattern on the trestle board. I am the center of expression for the primal will to good, which eternally creates and sustains the universe. Take 3 steps forward now, standing in the very center. You are at the center of all things now, one with all that ever was, all that is, and all that ever will be. Stand firmly in peace and feel your whole presence. The milk white light. No effort, only being. No effort. Release all that is not you now. Breathing deeply and standing. See and know yourself immersed in pure, white, limitless light. You are and in an abyss of light. Breathe deeply. All the power that ever was or will be is here now. Practice deep mindful breathing. Here you're going to perform a few cycles of the fountain breath. Breathing in deep. Feel the fountain of white light pour through your whole auric being down to your feet. It's swirling as it forms a tight sphere. On exhale, feel that light shoot straight up through your spine, back to the crown above you. Deep breath from the highest height, the pure white light pours through you, through your whole auric being, down to the center of the earth, where it swirls tightly. On exhale, it shoots straight up through your spine, back to the highest height above you. Breathing deeply from the highest height, the pure white light flows all through you, straight down to the core and center of the earth, where it swirls and grows tight to a perfect sphere of white light. On exhale, it shoots straight through your center, back to the crown and the highest height. Coming back just above your head, the radiant one white light pours through your auric field down to your feet just below, swirls, and exhale, it rises back up through the center of your spine to the crown. You are in the abyss of radiant white light that pours eternally above you, below you, before you, behind you, to your left and to your right. There is only the light. Now turn 180 degrees. As you do so, receive the will of one white light that is your will. Allow it to flow through you wherever it wills, however it wills. As it flows through you, know it is blessing all. This is the fountain of goodness. We state the number one statement. I am a center of expression for the primal will to good, which eternally creates and sustains the universe. Letting the light flow as it will. When you're ready, see yourself clothed in a golden garment of light. You state the number 6 pattern on the trestle cord. In all things, great and small, I see the beauty of the divine expression. Take 3 steps forward to stand in the next concentric circle. And stand here in this golden light. See what comes to you. And what comes through you. Receive it. There's nothing to resist in your one being. Notice what you see. Hold this imagery. Listen and feel the light radiating through your heart and your whole being. Sense the one life breathing through you as you. When you're ready, visualize yourself now in purple radiant light. In thought and word and deed, I rest my life from day to day upon the sure foundation of eternal being. Take 2 steps forward into the next concentric sphere and circle, standing in the radiant purple light. Stand here in confidence and strength in the foundation. Allow whatever imagery comes to you. Allow whatever comes from within you to come forth. Pause here a moment. The angel Gabriel is beside you and supports you in your work. Notice what is within your own knowing and awareness right now. Acknowledge whatever is being shown you or given you at this moment. When you're ready, imagine rainbow light, golden olive, with countless shimmering sparkles of golden rainbow light with black and red sparkles all through. Feel the radiance. The kingdom of spirit is embodied in my flesh. Take 2 steps forward and feel all these aspects of your being coming in now to your own flesh body. which is the whole world. Let what comes through flow unimpeded from the goodness of the Holy One. Simply notice what you see, what you sense, and what you feel. Give thanks to the One. Adonai Ha'aretz. Feel the weight of your body in your chair, your feet on the ground. Feel the one light pouring down from the highest and from the very center of your being, down into the center of the earth. Good. Take some deep breaths. Center, bringing more of your consciousness back to this moment in Malkuth now. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Okay, so this practice, do it throughout this week, at least once a day for the next 6 days. Like Reverend Rachel said, at each concentric circle and sphere, be sure and pause and receive. If something comes through you to give, give it. Make note, pay attention to what comes to you. Trust this, trust yourself. Then notice what happens to you in your own experience in the world, both your inner world and your outer world this week. In between these particular practices. Note anything that you feel is connected to your inner practice and your outer experience. And make a note in your journal of anything that you feel is relevant. If you wonder if it is, write it down. That takes it out of the whole wondering equation. Because if you wonder, it probably is something worth noting. Be sure and do your practice this week. This is one powerful way to learn to do what you know to do within, but are still training the current incarnate mind to do in this incarnation. Thank you all for your light and participation. The world is blessed by your presence. This concludes lesson 11 of Lucid Ascent, rising on the plains through the middle pillar with the alchemical Cabala. The floor is now open for any questions or comments.